Today we're diving into more of the best of 2021. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun putting the products together for this video. Today we're diving into the best of 2021 bronzers, blushes, and highlights. I'll be sharing my favorites with you and products that I think you really can't go wrong with. If you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I think one of the most helpful things about these best of videos is finding products that you really aren't going to waste your money on. Today I'm sharing the favorites that I reach for all the time and the products that I think are really worth the investment. As always, all products that I mentioned today will be listed and linked below, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's get into it. Today we're talking all about bronzers, blush, and highlight. And in my mind, they're so fun to play with. If you're new here, I'll give you a little background on my skin. I am 65 years old and I have normal skin. It's not dry, it's not oily, it's just right in the middle. I do feel like the products I'm sharing today would work for a variety of skin types and variety of skin tones. We're going to hop right into bronzers today, and I have some really good ones to share, both drugstore and high-end, and I have a new one that I just discovered that I'm over the moon about. My two drugstore favorite bronzers, one is from Milani and one is from L'Oreal. This is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the color Sunkissed. I love this bronzer. I have been using this for so long. Truly, I think I've had it in my collection almost 2 years. I fell in love with it when I first got it, used it all the time, and then I got involved with other bronzers. But I ended up coming back to this one. This is such a beautiful formula. It really is silky, just like they say. And it is just a lovely tone to warm up the skin and create some planes and angles on your face. This formula blends in beautifully. It sits on the face in a lovely way. It really is a wonderful offering for a drugstore priced bronzer. The second bronzer I want to talk about is the Lumi Bronze It from L'Oreal. This is from their True Match collection. I have used the heck out of this, and you can see I hit pan long ago on this one. There are a few standouts about this particular formula that I think are worth mentioning. First of all, again, it is very, very creamy and silky and blends in just beautifully on the skin. It's a little bit lighter, softer color than the Milani, but it does create a beautiful glow, and I have used the heck out of this. It goes on easily, it blends in beautifully, and would you look at the pan size on this? I mean, it is huge. This is not only a wonderful bronzer, especially for a drugstore price, but you get so much product. This color is 01 Light, and it works really, really well for my skin. Now, I am very fair and I have light hair, so I often need to be pretty gentle with my bronzer. This one works beautifully. My two drugstore favorites in the bronzer category, the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the color Sunkissed, and the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It in the color Light. The next product has really won a place in my heart because it does something I really, really need at my age, which is to help to contour my chin and neck area so it doesn't look so, I don't know, gobbly. I do have a little bit of a double chin, and I like to contour that area so it's not as noticeable. In addition, my little jowls right here are so cute, aren't they? But I do like to have them be a little less noticeable on my face. In comes the Fenty Beauty Cream Contour in the color Amber. Look at that color. Isn't that just perfect for creating shadows on your face? I picked this up, gosh, maybe 2 months ago. I have used the heck out of this. This is what goes on my chin and down my neck every time I do my makeup because it creates just the perfect shadow to really carve out a stronger chin line and put my neck in a little bit of shadow. I absolutely love this. It has a beautiful gray undertone that creates just the most perfect shadow look underneath my chin. It blends in beautifully. It is super, super creamy. I am a huge fan of this product. It has really earned an important part in my makeup routine. This product does come in a number of colors. I haven't tried any of the other colors yet. However, I really want to. It is a beautiful formula, super creamy, looks lovely on the skin, just blends right in and looks very, very natural. A big hit with me, the Fenty Beauty Cream Contour in the color Amber. Now we're launching into the two high-end bronzers that I really, really love. And I would have to say these are tied for my favorites. This is the Hollywood Contour Wand. I'm in the color Light. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick Bronzer in the color Mocha. I have been in love with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand, oh my gosh, since I picked it up. For me, this creates the most beautiful bronzer look on the skin. And the reason that I love it so much is that it creates just this wash of warmth and contouring while being just a wash of color. In other words, it doesn't lay down this flat color on the skin. It just blends out so beautifully and creates a lovely, lovely look on the complexion. It blends in and it looks like nothing is on your face. It truly was my favorite bronzer for a long time. And I've said before, I've kind of had the good dishes attitude about this bronzer because you almost can't get it anymore. It has been sold out for quite a while, and I use it very sparingly now because I don't want to run out. The good news is that I just recently found something that gives this bronzer a run for its money. And that is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick Bronzer in the color Mocha. Oh my gosh! I just picked this up recently in the Sephora sale, used it just a little bit ago, and was blown away with how good it is. On my skin, it really does create that beautiful transparent wash of color just like the Hollywood Contour Wand. This particular product is a lovely application. It's just a twist up bullet and you simply roll it over the skin. The first time I used this, I put it on and I went, oh my gosh, that's pretty strong. I'm not sure if it's going to work for my pale skin. Well, I started to blend it in and was simply amazed at how beautiful it looks on the cheeks. It really is so gorgeous. It blends in beautifully. It doesn't dry down quickly, so you don't have to do one area at a time. You really can apply this all over the face and down the neck if that's where you choose to put it, and go back and blend it in. It is what I have on my complexion today, and I am over the moon with this formula because it does everything that the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand was doing for me, and I own it, and I can find it, and it's not sold out. So I'm loving this particular formula. I am going to pick up at least one more color because I want to contrast and compare what it looks like, but right now I am just thrilled that I found the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the color Mocha. This definitely is a high-end makeup product that I think is worth the investment. We're going to hop into blush now. I have two high-end products that I'm absolutely in love with, and then a line of drugstore blushes I think you absolutely can't go wrong with. The first high-end blush is the NARS Orgasm Blush. No surprise there. I am so late to the party on this particular blush. I had the Milani Luminoso Baked Blush for a long time. I know a lot of people consider it a dupe for the Orgasm Blush, so I never did pick this up. Well, I finally picked it up. This is a little travel size. It's less expensive than the full size, but you know what? I think this is the only size available right now. When I first put this on, I was like, oh my gosh, where have I been? This is so incredibly beautiful on the skin. And you know what? In my world, this is not a dupe for the Luminoso. This is so much prettier. I am telling you what, I was just enamored the first time I put this on my face. And I've ended up using it so much ever since then. There is some magical voodoo in this formula that makes it just so incredibly gorgeous. It is a peachy pink color with just a little bit of shift to it. Very subtle, very, very pretty. Puts just the most beautiful glow on the skin. I absolutely love this blush. I actually feel like this particular blush is a standout on its own. And I know a lot of people think the Luminoso is a dupe. In my world, it's just not even close. This is so magically beautiful. So a big hit with me this year, the NARS Orgasm Blush. Another high-end hit with me is the Patrick Ta Blush. This is in the color She's So LA. I fell in love with this formula probably the second time I used it. The first time I was a little bit curious. I wasn't sure how to put it on the skin. The second time I just fell right into it, and the love affair has been going strong ever since. This particular blush comes with two formulas. You have a powder formula here and a cream formula here. The cream formula comes with this little plastic covering that protects it. What is interesting is that you would think that you would put the cream on first and then the powder. That's not how Patrick Ta actually suggests that you apply it. He suggests that you put the powder on first and then tap the cream on top. What I have found is that both formulas work really well on their own, and it also kicks it up to the next level when you use both. I do think one of the magical things about this particular blush is the two types of formulas in here, because you can create such an incredibly deep, rich look on your cheeks with the two formulas. He does have single formulas in his blush line. I'm not so sure that I would be as thrilled with them as I am with this. The deep, rich color on this is so unique, and when you want a beautiful neutral look with just the right amount of glow on the cheeks, this is such a great hit. Each of the formulas, the powder and the cream, work really, really well. They're just top of the line. It's Patrick Ta. Big favorite with me in 2021, the Patrick Ta blush in She's So LA. The drugstore blush lines that I want to shout out are the baked blushes and the cheek kiss blushes from Milani. And you can see I'm a very enthusiastic fan of the Milani blush lines. The first line I want to talk about from Milani are the baked blushes, and you can see I've been adding them to my collection for quite some time. I really do love this line of blushes. They are so very good. This formula from Milani feels like a high-end blush. It really is so very beautiful, blends into the skin in just a gorgeous way. This is the color Sunset Passion, and this is newer to my collection. It is a little bit similar to the Patrick Ta in that it's a very neutral color and puts just a beautiful glow on the skin. One of the really unique things about these blushes from Milani, there are several of them that have a little bit of shift and glow to them, which makes them so very pretty. I find that they blend in just beautifully. They last all day. They're a lovely blush line, and the color selection is really broad. This is Sunset Passion. This is Dulce Pink. This lovely selection is Berry Amore with a beautiful shift to it. This is the Luminoso. This Petal Primavera is such a beautiful pink when you're going for a really light, fresh look. And when you're looking for a rich red glow on the cheeks, this is Red Vino. It is so gorgeous and has that gold shift to it. So very pretty on the skin. In my mind, if you're looking for a fabulous drugstore blush, anything from the Milani Baked Blush line, I think you really can't go wrong. A more recent release from Milani is these Cheek Kiss blushes, and these are a cream blush line. You can see I've dove in and picked up a few colors. This particular formula is so unique and so lovely on the skin, particularly for my more mature skin. It is so very hydrating and creamy on the cheeks that it really just soaks right into the skin. These blushes are extremely pigmented, so you just don't need very much. Truly, one little swipe with your finger will do both cheeks very, very easily. And the way they blend into the skin is just lovely. This formula is very, very juicy, is how I would describe it. Isn't that just the prettiest glow on the skin? These are just such a great line of blushes. Very natural looking. They sink into the skin and look like nothing is there other than a natural glow on your cheeks. So far, I picked up Blushing Berry, You're a Peach, and I Cherish You. If cream blushes are your deal and you enjoy a drugstore price, I can highly recommend the Cheek Kiss blush line from Milani. I have 3 highlighters to share today, 2 drugstore and 1 high-end. I have tested and tried so many highlighters this year, you would think it would be hard to narrow it down to just 3, but you know what? I knew exactly what I was going to go to as soon as I thought about this video. The 2 drugstore highlighters I'm going to talk about today are the Sungasm from Catrice and the Skin Lights line from Revlon. This little Skin Lights line, I don't know if it got as much attention as it deserves. It is a beautiful line of highlighters. Truly, this is just such a gorgeous highlighter. This particular color is in Daybreak Glimmer, and you can see it's a champagne glow with a little bit of gold tone to it. This highlighter does all the things you want a highlighter to do, particularly for more mature skin. It's a very, very fine formula, and it just blends into the skin so beautifully. Look at that glow. I just love this highlighter. It really does feel buttery on the complexion. Boy, when you blend that in with a brush and just have it set down on the skin, it is so very pretty. Of course, this is drugstore pricing, really a wonderful offering. Daybreak Glimmer in the Revlon Skin Lights highlight line. The Catrice Sungasm highlighter, without a doubt, this is my most used highlighter of 2021. And nothing else even comes close. I used the heck out of this. This is a lovely highlighter at a great drugstore price. And can we talk about the pan size? I mean, look at that. It's almost the size of my face. This highlighter is so very beautiful, and the way they market it as a face and body highlighter. If you were following me during the summer, you'll know that I used this highlighter on my collarbones when the weather was warmer and I was wearing tank tops or some type of top that exposed my chest area. I would put a little bit of this highlighter with a brush on my collarbones. It was so very pretty. Again, this formula is everything that you want a highlighter to be. It blends in really beautifully, gives a beautiful glow on the skin. And I think using it on your cheeks and then down on your collarbones to really tie in the glow is such a pretty application. You can see the glow on this is just exceptional. And I do think that this color would work for so many skin tones. Absolutely, my most loved and most used highlighter of 2021 is the Catrice Sungasm highlighter. The more luxury highlighter I want to talk about today is from Makeup by Mario. This is his highlighter in the color Pearl. I recently picked this up probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago and really instantly fell in love for a very unique reason. This color Pearl right here, you can see it's more of a champagne with just the tiniest amount of gold to it. It really doesn't have much gold at all. This particular color is not unique in the world of highlighters. I mean, we can get any color of highlighter these days, from drugstore to high-end, from icy all the way up to pink and bronzy, everything. We really have a selection of every single color. It's not the color so much, although I do think that color is gorgeous, that I love about this highlighter. It is the way it applies to the skin. This highlighter does something different that I haven't had with any other highlighter, and that is that it melts into the skin. Like literally melts into the skin. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today, and I have a little bit underneath my brow and around this area of my face. This formula is absolutely the most delicious formula I have tried in a highlighter so far. It literally does not look like you have anything on your face. You apply it, it melts down. When I take my brush to blend it in, it really just disappears on my face and leaves behind the most incredibly beautiful glow. Mario, who I love, he just has the best personality and his product line is glorious. He really hit it out of the park with this formula. There is something different and magical about this formula. If you want to make sure that your highlight is not sitting on top of your skin, I can highly recommend this. I haven't used a formula anywhere near as good as this one. It really is special. I am going to pick up a couple of more colors throughout 2022 just to see how I like them in comparison to this one. This is the color Pearl from Makeup by Mario, without a doubt the best highlighter formula I have come across. Those are my favorites in bronzer, blush, and highlight for 2021. Gosh, this was so fun to put together because I love all these products so much. I really can say to you that I don't think you can go wrong with any of these products. They're a great value, they work well, and they're just lovely on more mature skin. I hope you enjoyed this and found it fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I get so tickled when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.